Survivors, seekers, and thrivers, welcome to Transcending Trauma, a spiritual odyssey. I'm Shari Lee Roberts, living proof that transformation is real. Get ready for powerful insights, inspiring stories, and a little laughter along the way.
Welcome, everyone. I am honored to have a dear friend here today who is also a source-based healer. Welcome, Ivonne Lamers.
Thank you, Sherry.
She is a natural practitioner and is doing amazing things in the natural healing field. With that, I will turn it over to you and please share your road to doing what you do. And then later, I will share what Yvonne has done for my health. Amazing, incredible. So, Yvonne, please.
Thank you so much, Sherry, for having me today. And yes, I've been on a long journey. I came from, 18 years long of, how do I say it, physical, emotional problems. I was diagnosed with cancer. I was diagnosed with MS. I had a lot of emotional trauma because of what I've been through. I had fibromyalgia when it started out, severe asthma, and I was in and out of bed a lot. So having 3 children, 2 of which have autism, twin boys, it was very difficult and hard for me, as I've always been a very independent woman, making my own way, for being bedbound and not being able to do anything anymore in my life. So I went through 2 depressions and a burnout before I finally realized that the normal road of medications and hospitals and doctors did not do anything for me. As a matter of fact, it made things worse. So I finally tried to go a more natural way of healing myself and balancing my body out, getting rid of all the toxins. And I was really surprised how it worked for me. And so I was pretty much going into like an educational journey to wanting to know more about it and how it worked exactly. And that really led me to the path of naturopathic practitioner. I also saw this as a window in helping my children to see if I could reverse the autism, because it is not through a DNA thing. It is more of it's more like a pollution of the body and mind, with heavy metals, parasites, bacteria, and all that kind of stuff. So I had one of my children who was nonverbal, and he is now speaking because of all the detoxing that we've been doing. So that was amazing. I am cancer free. I have no longer MS. My neurologist was amazed, and she didn't even want to know what I did to reverse my MS, which I thought was very weird because I
Yeah.
thought, hey, I'm bringing you something to the table that you can help all your patients with. But she was really not interested in knowing more about this. And that again confirmed my feelings about how they did medicine and how the natural community does the medicine. It's like we look at both emotional and physical in order to find the root of the problem and not conceal the problem, which normal medication does. So that being said, I'm 51 years old today, and I feel like I'm 25. I have a ton of energy. I can do everything. I don't have to take breaks anymore and just keep going. And I have this feeling like I need to catch up these 18 years that I lost of my life, And so I'm so excited in sharing this news with everybody who wants to hear it and who wants to try it and see how we can really expand knowledge, because knowledge is power, to help people heal and give them their lives back. And it's not only with people. It's also with animals. So I'm treating dogs and cats and horses. And you've, yeah, are a witness of that as well, because animals don't lie, is what I always say. And they're all like really pure and everything, and they'll show you how they feel and what's going on. So it is really it's amazing how everything works, and more information is surfacing about how all this works. The quantum frequencies, the everything that is involved with healing emotions and trauma, which if you don't process it or unsubconsciously it's not processed, it's going to relate to a problem down the road many years. If you suffer childhood trauma and it's not processed well enough, even though if you've had EMDR therapy, it's still lingering in the brain, which is going to affect as a domino later on in your life towards like an organ where you're going to get problems with, or a body part or something like that. So, and of course, prevention is key into getting your body into balance and not wait for a diagnosis. So that is very important. I mean, we all do our tune-ups with our cars, and all that other stuff, and some maintenance that we want to do, like we go to get our hair done or nails done or whatever else. And that's all considered normal, but and we buy our vitamins, but nowadays you can't really trust what is on the bottles and what the real ingredients are. And that is why it is so important to go like through the frequencies, because you can't those are pure. Tesla experimented with it and came a long way, and was robbed from the technology in the end. Einstein also said frequencies are future medicine. And it is just because the way how we were raised, our knowledge is limited to what actually is out there and available to us. And more we see the frequencies surfacing and what it can do. So
let's go back again and share with everyone more about what you're doing and about the frequencies because people who have never heard of it have no idea what you're talking about. I got it. Having talked with you, worked with you, please tell us what it is you are doing, what it's called, and exactly how it works. Also, you can either use me as an example or yourself with the cancer or MS. Go.
Okay. Well, I can make body scans. I can work with people all across the world, and I have many clients that are worldwide. People don't know what frequencies are. Quantum frequencies is something that we are working with, like on a daily basis, and we just don't think about that those are frequencies. It's like cell phone to cell phone calling. You know, your cell phone has a number, and you can be sitting or standing in a crowd with everybody who's holding a cell phone, but I'm only ringing your number. The same with a remote for the TV. You change the channel. What happens when you push the button and something happens on the TV? That part are frequencies. Um,
Oh,
Same thing with the car keys. If you press your car keys and you're parked somewhere and you forgot where it is, your alarm goes, the light goes flashing. That is frequencies that happens, between the moment that you press the button and your car is turning into action. Now, think about the remote with
one,
the
one, well, Dan,
Mhm.
what info do you need from someone to tune into their unique frequency?
Right. So I would need the full name, date of birth, weight and the length. And sometimes I, can use a picture, have that added on as well, but it's not necessarily needed. For animals, I do need it. But those are pretty much, and your email, of course, where you can send the scans to. Those are pretty much the only things that I need because your frequencies are as unique as your fingerprint. And as everybody knows, like your remote from the car and your car, they have like a unique signature. So you can unlock all the cars that are parked in that parking lot. That's the same thing with your body. So think about the remote control as being me and the car as being your body into working with your body and the frequencies that go back and forth. They exchange information when I make contact through my scans to see what your state is, what your mental state is, what your physical state is, and what the root causes could be from your problems. So, is it vitamins deficiency? Is it parasites? Are there bacteria? Do you have digestive problems? Do I see a lot of trauma? And also with if you it's really easy if you can put your finger on your throat, your hands, and you speak, you feel the trembling, the vibrations when you speak. those are frequencies, right? So if I record your voice, if you send me a message through WhatsApp and you record a message, I can tell, I can turn that into the program and create the frequencies, have music, like really calm and relaxing music, put over that, over the tones that are created, so that you can actually start healing from your own physical frequencies. So that has been proven to be very, very effective. I've healed a lady only through the inner voice that has problems with relationships, commitments, self-destruction, COVID lungs. She had alcoholism. As a result of all of that, she started drinking more. So within about a period of 6 to 8 months, she was fully back on track. And now she's running a successful new business because she had to close her old one down because she was in bed all the time and very depressed. So that is just amazing how that I was able to help her being a single mom. So she was the only person that needed to take care of her kids. And so it's very important that I supported her in every way possible.
Yes, definitely. And you need to hook me up with that voice correcting
I will. Yeah, let's do it.
frequency. Okay, let's talk now about MS and cancer. What do you do typically find when you scan someone initially? Does it boil down to parasites and heavy metals? Or is it also trauma? Because that's where I come from in my healing. What trauma did someone endure, or how many types, and what did it cause? How did it manifest?
Okay. So when we're talking about trauma, it can be like several things. It can be like really, really deep trauma, or like, abuse. It could be like that you've been in an accident. It can be that your first big love dumped you, and you're so shocked that you thought that the world was going to end, and you don't know what to do, and there's no other guy in the world anymore. As a teenager, this could be like really have a huge impact. It can cause relation commitment later on down the road, or a self-destructive behavior because you want to be in control because you're scared to get hurt again. So when you dump the other person, that means you're in control, while there was really not any reason to end the relationship. But you were just so afraid unsubconsciously that you're trying to do everything to sabotage the relationship. And those are just tiny little things that are not processed well in your brain. It doesn't have a space, so you can, feel free and to be open and be okay with getting hurt, knowing that you're going to be okay, right? So that it's a lot of stuff, how our brain works and how our emotions are tied to it, that can cause a trauma from very minor, that people are like, well, everybody had a relationship ending and all of that. And it's just, I was okay with it, but maybe your subconscious is not. And so it kind of, um, for a lot of people, it seems that they're caught in this spiral. They keep going around and they're not really breaking through. They're held back. Um, it can also have a lot of causes towards that it's going to go physical, that you're going to have um, symptoms of diseases and stuff like that if trauma is not being processed.
Right.
Chinese medicine, they have been working with the body and mind always,
Mm-hmm.
always. And
Yeah.
it's only Western medication that is only like, okay, so what are your complaints? Okay. And like, some doctors, you're just in and out of the office without even asking, like, how are you really doing? What, emotionally? Because, that's part of a psychiatrist. But they don't put all the pieces of the puzzle together. And that is
Okay.
key because
Yeah.
it's like peeling layers of an onion when you're starting to do a treatment, getting to the root. And a lot is
So,
based on parasites, a lot of is based on heavy metals, toxicity, from chemtrailing, from the food that we eat, spraying with pesticides, you name it. And it all starts adding up throughout the years. And the more you have it, you know, that's why we get so sick when we get older instead of aging healthy, you know.
okay. So I met you and we decided to swap services. Okay, that is when you helped me, I think, get off of the high blood pressure meds. Take everyone through start to finish on how that happened. You gathered my information, then tuned into my frequency and ran a scan, right?
Yes.
Okay, take it from there.
Okay, so I get the scan and then I do an optimization. And with the optimization, I make sure that I support your body because your body can't heal if it's depleted or doesn't have enough vitamins and minerals. So I look at that and I support that because your body can only heal when it is strong, and your body is a self-healing machine if you give it the right elements, right? So the vitamins, the minerals, and then you can build it up, and then you start working on the problems. You can remove the parasites, you can move bacteria, you can move um, everything. You can open up your entire system, lymphatic system, and you can let the body heal with mitochondria improvement. It's just, a leukocyte builder. It's those are all things to make your DNA cells more healthy. to restore them. And I have a few other protocols that I work with, if depending on what somebody needs. But everything is tailor made to the person that I'm working with. It's not a
Yeah,
generic thing.
yeah. You look at the scan and
Right.
determine what needs to happen.
Exactly.
You
And I take the emotional part into consideration as well. So it's a full body as a
yeah.
person.
And I know with me, you told me when I was getting off the high blood pressure meds, certain things I needed to do. And again, with you working on getting rid of the parasites. Now, even though we receive the scans, it is very much a collaborative effort. You're looking at the scans, interpreting them as an expert. I look at them and freak out.
I know.
And you're like, calm down, calm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just stay away from Coca-Cola. Drink more water, blah, 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 blah. Um, so would you share what you do with someone with MS? You hate it? Tell us, like in depth, what you did and how others with MS or dementia, what they can expect to do to collaborate with you and just what you get from the initial scans.
Okay. So depending on um, what disease and what symptoms people have, people, first of all, I want to square away that um, people think it's like whenever I, push the button or something on my computer, then um, that's that, but the body, I give the empowerment to the body to start healing itself through the right frequencies. And that takes time. The body will decide first because it's very smart how we're developed, and created. The body first decides where it needs healing first in order to, it's like the peeling of the onion again, to get to that part. because the body needs to support itself to be able to process everything.
Yeah.
So I assist the body in that. I also have, if you know your blood type, I have food advice like, okay, so your blood type A or blood type um, B, or what should you eat and what should you avoid eating? Usually, those are things that you don't like to begin with. A lot of people, for instance, don't like Brussels sprouts. Then your blood type is not good for eating Brussels sprouts because your body has a lot of problems digesting it. So that's kind of the logic behind there. So I can teach you like, okay, listen more to your body, to recognize things sooner, and a lot of people are just oblivious to listening to their bodies and what it needs. So if you're educated on that aspect, then it all makes a lot more sense into what you consume and what you should not consume, and how to take better care of your body so that you, once you're being restored into balance, to keep it that way.
So,
Um,
with someone with MS,
mhm.
what do you normally see on a scan? And are all MS patients similar, or are there different factors that are causing it? And I mentioned, I think, to you that I am in a small village in Germany, and I know someone who has MS. His sister has MS, and they know 50 others that have it in this small town of 5,000 people. So if you could kind of share all of that.
Yeah. So you're saying that those 50 people also live in the same town?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's definitely heavy metal related. Um, Probably if they drink tap water, they absolutely have to do that. They have to stop drinking tap water because it's heavily polluted.
Well,
Um,
hold on. I have been here for 2 months drinking tap water, and nothing showed up on my scan.
okay.
So, would you be willing to take on one of them, someone from this area, do a scan, and then we can assume that pretty good odds that everyone or most with MS, they have it because of the same thing. There's a
Hmm.
root cause.
Yeah.
If you're willing, I have someone who I think will do this.
Yeah.
Just allow you to scan and go from there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh,
What we see in people with multiple sclerosis is also Epstein-Barr virus, um,
mm,
herpes virus, varicella zoster virus, chlamydia pneumonia, um, and then the heavy metals are definitely a part of the mix. And then you throw in the whole emotional baggage that
yeah.
everybody has, then, it's just a slam dunk pretty much. But yeah, it's definitely it's the base of like all the layers of the onion. So I probably see all these viruses and bacteria back in that person or persons, and then that's where I start rebuilding everything from the ground up, making sure they have all the vitamins, making sure they have the full body cleansing. Um, and then working on the emotional part as well is what really um, shows that they're starting to make progress.
Nice. Okay. Now, in addition to the frequency work, you also generally, and again talking about MS, do you recommend a sea that supplement or
I do because it works really great in restoring your DNA cells. Um,
tell
that it's
us about what that is
okay.
and how? Yeah.
It's redox cell signaling molecules that you have in your body. Everybody has redox cell signaling molecules in their body. It's part of our DNA. And what they do is they communicate with each other. So, but if one cell is no longer functioning or is damaged, then the other cell can keep talking, but it's like talking to a wall. It doesn't do anything anymore. In order to restore that or renew that, you can drink the cell signaling molecules to, it's kind of like doing your homework. It's not me who's doing all the teaching and guiding your body and where to go, but you also have some homework to do. So it's definitely an interaction that we're doing um, to improve your body, to educate yourself on your journey to wellness, to health, to restore your balance. And so it's definitely been proven to do a lot of things. Of course, they can't claim any things. When it comes to FDA approved and all that kind of stuff. They are FDA approved, but it's more like you can't say like, okay, that product can definitely heal this or that. It is just that you're bringing your body into balance is the word for it. So it's beating around the bush, but it definitely has the power to restore, and it's the only product in the world to be able to do that. So taking that in consideration with the frequencies to work on the rest of your body, that is going to be just, you can, yeah, it's amazing. That's all I can say. It's amazing how that works.
Yeah. Now, if someone wants to get a scan, talk with you, work with you, how do they do that?
Well, we do a Zoom, just like what we're doing right now. I talk, I get like the list of complaints, I get some background information that I can use towards the emotional part of what somebody has gone through. Um, and then we actively discuss, like, okay, so, the food part, do they know their blood type, what foods they like, what they don't like, the emotional baggage that they've had. And I kind of make a whole protocol for that, to work with that person to make sure that we're so custom tailoring it that they're going to see results 6 months or a year down the road, and that they can see, like, wow, looking back, like, I've been never expecting that this would happen, that I've actually gotten my life back. I mean, I'm treating people with dementia, Alzheimer's, and cancer at the moment, that have been very successful.
Tell us what you have seen. What are these people doing now that they weren't before you came along?
Okay, so it is kind of like a lifestyle change that they're doing, and being more aware because they're more educated. Um, the symptoms have been, like, the cancer has been getting smaller. They're seeing improvement. So those are, this person had prostate cancer and bone cancer, because it's spread out. But they're seeing remarkable results right now. And again, he just goes to the hospital for checkups. But again, the doctor's like, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it. But they're not asking what it is they're doing. And yeah, it's just amazing. It's mind blowing
Yeah,
that they don't want to know
yeah.
how.
Wow. That has to feel really good. Talk
Yeah.
about living a purpose-driven life. Well, what about people with dementia? My mother is in advanced dementia. I mean, she can shower, care for herself, but needs 100% care. Doesn't really know anyone, doesn't even know who she is, have you worked with people like that? And if yes, what results have you obtained?
Well, I have seen that the cognitive part is slowly restoring. I have colleagues who have actually, who are doing the same protocols as well, have seen people from severe Alzheimer's and dementia, totally it being reversed. Um,
Wow.
so it's, yeah, with help of the redox cell signaling molecules and the quantum frequency treatments, and it's just it's mind blowing because it's you're detoxing the body of things that aren't supposed to be in there, and you're restoring the cells and restoring the body. It's actually you're reversing age, so to say, and it has been proven over the years that it's working.
Yes, definitely. Again, what do you typically find the cause of dementia is?
Um, Typically, it's herpes, cytomegalovirus, West Nile virus, which is being transmitted by mosquitoes, tapeworm, um, chlamydia, Heliobacter pylori, gingivitis, herpes, and Toxoplasma gondii, which is also a parasite. So those types I've seen in scans and is considered pretty much the baseline of what causes that disease.
Wow. Mind blowing,
Yeah.
because the medical community is not even near your ready either. They know it and don't want to cure it, or they are oblivious and looking in all the wrong areas for a cure.
That's
Uh,
right. It's both, actually. It's
okay.
both. You can't blame them. That's what they've been taught in school, in medical school. But yeah, as we all know, big pharma owns all the schools and has been writing all the books and everything for the medical field. If you go back in history, like 100 and 150 years ago, things were completely different. People were only going by nature until um, big pharma came along. That's when everything started changing. And it's also part of the heavy metal intoxications that people have in their bodies, build up because it's being passed on from generation to generation. If you don't detox it, you pass it on. And so that's why we've seen an increase in the past 40 years in Alzheimer's, dementia, and kids with autism. That's all a big, big factor.
Explain more about that.
Well, the heavy metals and toxifications, for instance, the chemtrailing, the vaccinations that kids receive that are parents received, or great parents received, it's all being passed down. So this generation is really, really, and they're adding more vaccinations every year. If you look at, I
Yeah.
think some graphics that kids, till they're like age 9 or something, they've had like close to 50 vaccinations or something like that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
insane. It's insane,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
toxicity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
What?
and if you know that if you're examining an umbilical cord once a baby is born, there are about 160 or 70 toxins in the umbilical cord found. And then they start with all the vaccinations and whatever else, and what is in the food and the processed food and all that kind of stuff. So that's why the increase has been in the past 40 years so dramatically grown, with children with autism, or colon problems, gluten problems. My daughter had a gluten problem. She was misdiagnosed for 9 years. They said it was
Wow.
dairy allergies, but it was a gluten problem. And
Wow.
so it's, yeah. So she had asthma. She couldn't eat anything. She had severe eczema. I mean, from the top of her skull all the
Mm.
way to the bottom of her feet.
Yeah.
And she had these deep incisions, like everywhere, where you can bend your everything, like here, that was just like pus was just pouring out. I mean, it
Oh
was
my
gross. It was
God.
horrible, horrible. She was suffering, and she was in so much pain. And with just changing her diet, once I found out, I went to a holistic practitioner, and within 1 hour, we found the root of the problem. I went straight to the
Wow.
store and I got only gluten-free products. And within a week, she had severe ADHD. I had a total different child. It was like I was just blown away. And I'm like, so this all happened at the same time while I was discovering my own thing in holistic health. And that to me also confirmed, besides what was happening with my autistic children, like this is the path we need to go on, because we're reversing everything um, you know, that they had. And misdiagnosis and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's been crazy.
Well, I know that the scans do not lie. You said that earlier tonight, and I couldn't agree more. Tell us how people can get in touch with you. And I'll put it into the description, but tell us.
Okay, people can either send me an email at yvonnelamers@protonmail.com, or they
And
can do a Zoom.
your spell your name, because for Americans, Yvonne is with a Y, not a
Exactly.
I.
Yes, and my name was supposed to be like that, but my dad, in overexcitement, when he went to City Hall to announce my birth, the guy who wrote down my name wrote it wrong. And I've been going with that ever since. So it is spelled IVONNELAMERS protonmail.com. So Ivonne Lamers at protonmail.com. Yes. So, and the way is scheduling a Zoom. People can schedule in their own time when it suits them. And we can set up a Zoom 30 minutes or an hour, however long somebody needs. I always take my time with people, so they, I'm not on the clock, so to say. So it's not like, okay, we only do a 30-minute Zoom and that's it. No, whatever is needed for that person as they're reaching out to get help. I think it's very important to fully listen, to make notes, and to really help them, because that is truly my passion.
How do they schedule their call?
I have a link. It's https /
Yeah.
calendly.com / Ivonne Lamers /30 minutes.
Okay.
So, and I will send you that link so you can put it in the subtitles as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. In closing, I always enjoy giving my guests the opportunity to impart wisdom to listeners. So please, whatever you would like people to know or hear is all yours.
Okay. I would say I really emphasize on the fact if you're feeling great, if you're feeling fine, you have no problems, also do a checkup. Normalize monthly energetic checkups and don't wait for a diagnosis. If you already have a diagnosis, don't wait around anymore. And even if you don't understand how this whole concept works of frequency-based energetic healing, because it's so new, everybody's heard of the med beds. It's the same concept. So don't hold yourself back on because you don't know what it is. It doesn't work, but give it a chance. And see if it works for you and how you're feeling. So it's not something, sometimes people don't understand things, and then so it must not be true or it can't be true or whatever else. But if you keep an open mind and you're stuck and you're going in circles and you're not getting anywhere with conventional medicine, I think it's time to just open your mind and take a leap of faith into what other people have discovered and what they've seen, and to put your faith in people that are truly generously and want to help somebody that from the heart, because it's their passion, because they know they've seen so many results and they want to share that with the world. I think it's important to step outside that box, um, for that matter. And it goes, it's not only for this, but for a lot of things. And I think that some people would be pleasantly surprised in once they do open up their minds and are open for new experiences, that they never thought that would happen and would work for them. So, it's all about taking the leap, pretty much.
couldn't agree more. Beautifully said. Also, to add to that, I had no idea what to expect from you. Never thought I would get off blood pressure meds, and you told me, oh, yeah, those are toxic, and you definitely need to get off of them. And I can help you do it. And you did. It was an easy getting at them, and it was an easy getting off. But since your work, oh my goodness, I feel like $1 million. And that says a lot. I am 61 and am not on any meds at all.
That's awesome. That's amazing to hear. That is why I do this. That is just the feedback to hear this. I mean, that's just priceless.
Yeah.
And when I speaking of prices and stuff, people are like, well, it's probably really expensive. No, I make it affordable for everybody. I find that very, very important. I see colleagues of mine in the same line of work triple charging of what I do, what I charge, and it's yeah, that's not my thing. That's not why I do this. To me, it's more valuable that I know that I've been able to help somebody.
Speaking about charges, you have different um charges, monthly subscriptions. You also work with companies and offer. Talk a little bit about that, your charges, and how you do that.
Okay, so people who are kind of, on the fence of like, okay, I don't know what this is all about, and all that. I offer like, for instance, a parasite detox, so I can do scans before and after, and have them experience, the detox and how it goes. It's all very subtle. It's non-invasive, but they can actually notice a difference before we, for instance, go to like, the deeper healing on like a monthly basis. So I offer different subscriptions with smaller things, vitamins, or parasite detox cleanse, or concentration and focus for students when they have to go into exams and all that kind of stuff. Stop smoking, different things. So I can help with that. Then I have the true healing, bringing your body back into balance from diseases and complaints and everything else. I have the inner voice just by itself as well. It's also like a monthly subscription that we can do that to heal the emotional part. Um, and I have subscriptions for animals as well, small fees. And then the companies, it's a more broader thing, a broader concept. Um, it's on a deeper level, helping teams to work more effectively, maximizing every employee's capabilities, reducing sick leave to an all-time low, and boosting morale to new heights. Uh, so it results in smoother collaboration, better profits, creating a healthier and happier workplace for everybody. So it's like a whole other different level of work is what it is, but it's been proven to be quite effective. So yeah.
Excellent. So, whether you're an individual, a group, a company, whoever, they just need to get on a call with you to determine the course of action for them.
Exactly.
Excellent. Any other final words?
Um, Well, yeah, like I said, try to step out of the box and open your mind and experience how what it does for somebody. For a small subscription, for like give it like 6 months time, you can experience what it does for yourself, and you can notice the difference. And definitely, if you know somebody who could use this or would be interested in doing this or experiencing it, definitely refer them, because it's usually my clientele comes from word of mouth, and which is really good. So because I've been able to help many people down the road already, I've healed about over 96 people of rheumatism and fibromyalgia in the past few years. I mean, that's quite amazing. Um, I had somebody who was on 12 different kinds of medication, and she is off all of them right now. So it's been a process of about 2 years, but nonetheless, she's like eternally grateful, and it's little things like that to hear the progress and to hear people talking about it, spreading the love and the light and the knowledge is what it comes down to, really.
There is nothing small about that. Yeah, it is huge. So, my final words are, if you are a person who is serious about healing and living their best, healthiest life, you contact Ivonne within Ivonne. Thank you, girl. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. The pleasure was all mine, Sherry.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Transcending Trauma, the Spiritual Odyssey. If you're working to overcome trauma and would like to work with me or be a guest on my show, contact me through my website at shariroberts.org. Please hit the follow button to make sure you don't miss any episodes. I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn at Shari Roberts. You can find all the links in the show notes. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Shari Roberts, your host, reminding you that you're never alone. Until next time, sending you love and light.